Hello. Fourth time is the charm. That will be the fourth time I'm trying to make this video. In this video, this is an update video, a reality check for me, I guess, a bit. I will talk about shipping to the US, tariffs to the US, how that is going to work, the shipping and the tariffs. I will talk about, because of that, I will talk about a bunch of new modules in the store, a bunch of new modules that are coming, and with that, a bunch of special components, some that are in my store and some that I can't have in my store that you will have to buy at other places, and where those places could be. So to make this simple, I'm going to cut and slice to make this as short as I can, so I get rid of as much of my rambling as I possibly can. So let's start with point number one. Shipping to the US is now open again. There's been trade negotiations, and when those trade negotiations were done, the postal firms of the countries had to make everything as it's supposed to be. And Donald's promise was that the EU should pay the tariffs, and that is true, because now when I want to sell something to the US, if I have to, like when I press send on my shipping label, then I need to pay a 15% tariff on that then goes to the US. With that, there is a fee that makes the shipping more costly as well. To make shipping to the US simple and somewhat affordable and somewhat easy to handle, so standard shipping to the US without tracking is now $20. That is quite a price hike. I think that's twice the price from before, but that's because the fees and stuff like that that adds to that price. Tracked shipping is $30, so also $10 extra there. Those 15%, I will pay that. I mean, that is tax. We're not going to get into tax regulations and stuff like that, but there won't be a difference in price on the modules. The price of the modules are the same, and hopefully those this just a bit higher shipping cost will even it out a bit and help to pay for that. Which takes us to the next point. There's a lot of new stuff in the shop. I've added 4 new products, or more, one with a lot of different options. So you can buy as much as possible for those. Like the $20 or $30, they are, no matter how much you buy, it will still be just $20 or $30. If you buy one module, it will be $20. And if you buy 10 modules, it will still only be $20 or $30 if you want tracked shipping. If you buy 10 modules, maybe you want tracked shipping. So for that reason, I've had since quite a long time the Erica Synth bassline in the shop. This is not one of my designs. This is all Erica Synth, and they are generous enough to have this as an open source along with a bunch of other modules. If you're new to DIY, even though this is a really cool module, I've heard, I haven't gotten this started yet, because it's a really complex build. 2 PCBs packed with components, standing resistors. It's a jungle in there, and if you're not very solder savvy, I would not recommend going into this one. But they have a lot of different other options. So I've added a few more to the shop that are a bit more easy to solder. This is the Polyvox VCF, sorry, the Polyvox VCF, which is the same filter as in this one, I believe. Yeah, just one panel and one PCB. So that's $6 in the shop. I don't have a kit yet. I am looking at making a kit. It takes some time to get all those components. There's a lot of extra or components that I didn't have, and there's also one component in this that is also in this one. It's the one you see up here. It's a canister dual transistor, I believe, which is an alpha component that Alpha makes and is sold maybe at a few different shops. I guess you can find it at more shops, but it's definitely at Erica Synth. And then also we have the Polyvox VCA. This is 2 PCBs and 1 panel, and also this one uses the AS3360 VCA chip, and you can also buy this from Erica Synth. So yeah, two new modules here. With these there are a few strange potentiometer values. This one, for example, uses one 250k ohm potentiometer and one dual 250k ohm potentiometer. One of these is using a reverse logarithmic 100k resistor, reverse potentiometer. So I bought a bunch of these, and they are also in my shop. There's you can go into it's Alpha R09 style pots, and then you can just choose a bunch of values that I have in the store just for these special needs that these mostly Erica Synth modules have. And then we come to my next module that are in the shop, and that's the next Mutable Instrument clone. This is the Riddles. So this is a Mutable Instrument Ripples clone. You turn the 2 P's upside down and you get Riddles. So this is the Riddles. It is a 2 PCB design, true to the first version of the Ripples filter. It's quite an easy build. There is a build video coming and a specific video for this one. I'm just saying this is in the shop now, and the reason I say this is because this one also uses a special chip, the 2164, which you can get from AS2164, you can get from Erica Synth, along with all these other components. If you want to build anything of this, you can also buy the V2164S by Cool Audio, which also has that one and sold. And those are sold by many other companies around the world. I am waiting for Cool Audio to get back to me to maybe have the V2164S in the shop. I don't know that yet. And with this one and all my other Mutable Instruments modules, this got me thinking, because another one who has a lot of Mutable Instrument clones is Behringer. And I am well aware that Behringer has no idea who I am, but they should, because I am one of their biggest contender when it comes to these modules. Because yeah, this one will cost $38 excluding the 2164, and $38, and the Behringer clone of this one is called Surges, I believe, and that's $70. So This is way more affordable than that one. Of course, I don't solder this, so you need to solder this yourself. Behringer outsources their soldering to sweatshops in China, and I let you do that instead. I'm well aware that I am outsourcing all the PCB manufacturing to sweatshops in China, so I'm being a hypocrite saying that, and I'm well aware of that. Was kind of meant like a joke, but yeah, I'm well aware that I'm also using sweatshops in China. But yeah, so if you want a really affordable Ripples clone, the Riddles is in the shop. Full kit except the 2164, which if you buy these as well, you buy from Erica Synth, for example, or this one. So this one I've had done for quite a long time. I should mention, like before September, when I went to Dutch Modular Fest, I had this in my bag, a bunch of kits. But then I didn't have time down there, and when I get back, all the tariff situation started, and I've put this on ice. But talking about Behringer and all their stuff and my stuff and things that have been in the works for a long time. So the next module that is coming from Mutable Instruments cloning is this one, and I point at two up here. Let's take this one out. So this is the Tides, or Tidal. My name is Tidal, which is of course the Tides clone. This one has been done even longer, but I've had trouble with this little component back here. I believe it's called DAC 8531, I think it's called. So there's a DAC chip on this one, actually the same that is in the Peaks, where someone else made a PWM variant. I don't have those coding skills, so I just put that chip on here. I've made a adapter board for that, and I have those in the mail coming my way, which will make it super easy to build this and just plug one of those chips in like any IC. This one also uses the STM32 over here, and yeah, it's an AD. So I was working on this one at the same time as I was working on... Everything falls apart. As I was working on the ADSR. So I also didn't want to release the ADSR and then release this one shortly after, or the other way around. Doesn't matter, I guess, but I chose not to do that. This one is so much more than just an envelope generator, of course. It's a tidal generator, I think Mutable Instruments called it. And of course, if you make the Tides clone, you also make the Sheep clone. So up here is another panel. So this one was called Tidal, this one is called Capricorn, and that is of course a sheep module, which is a wavetable oscillator and uses all the same hardware, just a different panel and a different firmware, of course, to make it into a wavetable oscillator instead. So, if we look at my notes, I think that is it. A bunch of new stuff in the shop, a bunch of new things coming. There are more things coming as well, but I haven't thought those through yet. There's quite a lot of time I sit and tinker with stuff, and I forget to turn the camera on, and only afterwards I realize that this could have been interesting content, but yeah, I'm not always thinking all the way for that. But I hope some of these modules will be in your taste and that you can order them. If there's any other Erica Synth modules you'd like me to make, let me know. You can of course make all of them yourself. It's totally open source. You get them on GitHub. I'll put the link in the description if you want to download them, and you can just order yourself from any PCB manufacturer. I just do it so you don't have to, and they're quite cheap for per PCB. Yeah, that's it. Take care. Bye.